Well, new at 4, we are learning heartbreaking new information about what investigators say led to a fire that killed 3 people in Southeast D.C. Flames ripped through the home around 5:30 a.m. Sunday, and now police have arrested and charged a man with arson and murder. Our Matthew Torres is live at the scene after speaking to the victim's family. And Matthew, investigators say police were called out to this same home 3 other times in less than 12 hours.
And Simone, police blame all of those calls on the suspect who they were already searching for earlier that morning. Friends of the victim say he was threatening and harassing them weeks leading up to this incident. And we're also learning that the suspect and one of the residents used to date. And now he's facing charges of murder and arson.
All our lives to live here.
Shying away from showing her face on camera, Teresa McKinnon can't help but just watch. Watch on the side as investigators comb through her childhood home. Watch over the now crime scene where her 85-year-old mother, Margaret McKinnon, and 64-year-old brother, Ronald McKinnon, died in a fire Sunday morning.
It's nothing to process right now to me because I got to be the strong person of everything right now.
I'm sorry she passed, but she had very bad dementia.
Loved ones and neighbors say the son was taking care of his mother who had dementia. Living with them as well was 34-year-old Jessica Cunningham. Police say she used to date 53-year-old Robert Simpson, now accused of intentionally setting the house on fire.
It is certainly clearly a case of domestic violence where 3 people lost their lives over a senseless interpersonal conflict.
What was used to spark the fire still under investigation. Detectives say the suspect at some point used to live with them. In a newly released timeline of events, police responded to the same home 3 other times in less than 12 hours. The first after 7 o'clock Saturday night after Ronald called about someone breaking a window. About 2 hours later, officers responded again because of an extinguished fire in a trash can. Ronald told police it was Robert Simpson. Then just before 4 o'clock Sunday morning, another call. This time it was Jessica reporting about an alleged domestic assault by Simpson from the day before. Officers searched the area for about an hour with no luck. But 2 hours later, detectives say Simpson returned and killed all 3 residents. When pressed if an officer should have stayed at the house, Chief Pamela Smith said,
We do spend time canvassing, looking for the suspect, but we also put our folks back in service until we can find some other identifying information or circumstances that requires us to place someone at the home.
Teresa McKinnon and family say they'd rather not comment on the suspect nor the investigation, but focus on how well known her brother and mother were in this community.
This situation took a big toll on the family, but we're all going to continue to stay strong.
Now, we're also getting our hands on new court documents. It reveals several domestic assault calls made to the house against the suspect. One tipster also told police that she wanted to go back to her hometown in Memphis, but the suspect, Robert Simpson, did not want her to. During the 911 call, documents say you could hear Jessica yelling, "He came back," and pleaded for help. And in a tragic twist of events, we are learning from police that Jessica's own 2 young kids also died in a house fire years ago in Tennessee. Her own mother was the one accused of setting the house on fire. Simone.
The layers of tragedy in this story, it's really chilling, and especially we know that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and so we know that next will be the questions of what could have been done differently to keep these people safe. Matthew, thank you.